Hello and welcome back. I'm Arumba. Thank you for joining me. We're playing some more ABPlus Factorio multiplayer. How's it going?
It's going well.
Nice.
You fixed the thingy by doing something really obvious that I didn't realize.
Yeah, we've made it better. We're going to go down. We've taken a look at all the outputs to the warehouse and done a wire condition on the belt behind it that says that it's only allowed to turn on if there's at least one in that. One of each of those. So we've put the enable conditions on the belts now instead. Now we can go down to just a single decider that takes each in, outputs each if it's less than 200, and then forwards the filter.
Why did you need to do the circuit on the belts though?
Because if you don't, then the warehouse, like let's say for a period of time you run out of silicon ore, like our current situation, then the loader will just empty it. They'll drain it, and now it's gone from the warehouse, gone from the each.
Of course, yeah. So you need you need at least one. Yeah, of course.
You've got to maintain at least one so that you don't lose the filter. And so now we can actually get rid of this other silicon. This other requester chest here is completely unimportant as well. Well, actually, hold on. Are we gonna have an issue where?
Well, why is there silicon ore? I thought stone was the third thing.
There's 4. There's actually 4 being used in this warehouse. Silicon ore is used to make the silicon plates here.
Oh shit! Of course, yeah. I see that you've done the stone one as well. Okay, no, I feel you.
Yeah. They're just coincidentally, this warehouse was being used in this area because I think we had a deposit here at one point, and it's a multi-processing area.
I've got a question.
What?
Could you not just set up the warehouse to be a requester warehouse?
You could.
As opposed to having a requester chest that then moves in depending on certain things.
Let's see, there was a reason why it wasn't that way before. Either it was so early before we had robots, and we had stuff being belted in. It may just already be to that point now where, yeah, it makes a lot more sense to just make it a requester warehouse.
Yeah, I was thinking, I was like, I don't understand why we're going through this entire rigmarole.
Because there's something to do. I don't know.
We just have no piercing rounds.
Not rigmarole, it's...
Rigmarole. Rigmarole? Is that what Scooby-Doo sounds like when he says it?
Are you just going to find an excuse to bring up Scooby-Doo every week now?
Yeah. Rigmarole. Where does it come from? A lengthy and complicated procedure. He went through the rigmarole of securing the front door. Entomology.
Are you seriously Wikipediaing stuff right now? What is wrong with you?
How you learn shit, dude? Oh, apparently it was rigmarole comes from ragman roll, which is a 18th century term for a legal document recording a list of offences.
Don't care. Don't care at all. Not even a little bit.
You're ridiculous. How can you not care?
Don't care.
It's words. Words are fun.
Don't care.
Ah.
Kill the biters. Do something productive.
Something wrong with you. Remember that hates learning. You heard it here first, folks.
Are you sure you fixed this?
Fix what?
This clay brick thing? Because it's looking wrong.
I don't know. I don't know if I picked up all the resources off the lines.
Okay, which one's supposed to be which? Because it's definitely messed up right now. It's like a double brick line coming out, and I don't think that that's right.
No, well, it should be fixed, but what's actually coming out should be fixed. I just don't think the lines are clean.
That's not gonna fix it then, is it?
Why?
Oh god, this is a big mistake. There's lots of wrongness.
Jeez, yeah, there's a lot of
wrongness.
Wrongness.
Oh, I guess I'll just go to the end of this brick line and just stand on it for a while. That was a dumb mistake. Thank you, Nexla, by the way. I think that every episode we should probably appreciate Nexla fixing that stupid implosion issue. Finally caving into our demands.
Hey, I'm up here.
Oh, hi. Okay, so you go that line. I'm going all the way down to,
I've already cleaned the top. Oh no, you missed a bit where it went underground.
Yeah. Well, I was just trying to clear up the majority of it so we could get some of it in there. There was a branch off to the left here that I was trying to get cleaned up.
What a rigmarole. Steejo's word of the day.
I think when you press F while standing on an underground belt, it should pick up the entire underground belt's contents.
Yeah.
All of it. Instead of picking up from just the ground, it should just say, yeah, this guy probably wants to clear out the line, because that's what everyone does always. And it should just pick up the whole... It's a pseudo chest, as far as I understand. There's like a 20 capacity chest inside that underground belt.
Be nice if there was a way just to clean belts of like a specific item.
I remember at one point seeing a thing, but I still can't find it now, actually. There's a very simple way with a combinator that you can make a filter inserter that will filter any item from a line except for the one you want. And I don't remember how to do it. I know it's possible. So you wouldn't have to have like a decider for every other item in the game. You just have one thing that says this is the item that's supposed to be on the belt, and if that thing is not, then it shuts the belts down until that is true. That is the basis of the logic, at least.
Okay. Interesting.
We should figure out how to make it.
Ugh, seems like a lot of issue.
Be very productive of way to use our time, I think.
There we go.
Sorted?
Sorted.
Did you get to the end of the belt again, just in case? Because I think we probably missed a bunch of underground.
Yeah, I did. I was chasing it.
Okay.
I'm going to start replacing shit with laser turrets because we're not making... we're not making any ammo right now.
Do you remember from where we ended up? We had originally gotten all of our silicon. It was probably like sapphirite or something that we haven't had in a long time.
Yeah, it's probably sapphirite. Okay. Yeah, because we are lacking a lot of sapphirite.
I hate biters. Can we kill the biters yet?
Wah, wah, wah. I feel like most of our problems come from
Biters.
ammo. Well, yes, but
Just biters. That's the problem. Always.
yeah, I feel like it's always an ammo issue. I feel like we run out of ammo and then that's when the biters just start bashing fuck out of everything. All right.
You know what? I had an idea just now. The wire tool.
Okay.
At the end of the wire tool in Picker, it should cycle through combinators. So it should go wire, 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 and then combinators.
Or
You
we
don't have
should
to
be
find
able to hit like Shift C and bring up like the ability to choose between wires and combinators.
Shift C fires because it ends up being a C command for me. The targeted shooting.
Oh, okay. So shift something else then? Shift V.
Well, actually, I think
Shift
that
N. Shift
if you-
W. Okay.
Quiet! Stop talking over me! Jesus! If you had a, if you had a combinator, what am I? Man, I can't think today. You drain my brain so quickly, Steejo.
If you have a combinator selected,
I think that if you had a shortcut key programmed to Shift C, it would override the C command because it would actually go through.
okay. There's a random fucking tree in the middle of all this jivelite. Oh, not anymore. It's dead. Thought I hadn't noticed it. Huh. Well, found out why we've not got any silicone.
And that is
We've got so much fucking tin.
too much tin in the warehouse.
Yeah. So I don't know. It's like I don't know what the best option is because we're obviously not using that much tin right now.
You just convert it into processed tin.
How much is that going to save space-wise?
Well, turning, is it tin ore or tin plate?
Tin
Backed
ore.
up. If you process it, if you do the ore processing, the first step, not making pellets, it cuts the space in half.
Right. Okay.
So that would at least give us a little bit of leeway. I've never figured out the actual use for the recipe combinator. Outputs the ingredients or products of a recipe.
Oh, it's really helpful.
How, though? When? Why would you care about it?
So, if you're wanting, the way that I used it is I set up a smart factory so that it always kept my, logistics supplied with whatever I was making, but it meant that I could set it so that if I was needing, like, I don't know, say fucking 10 laser turrets. Laser turrets are the worst one. Let's say like something that makes multiple of each. Give me something here, Arumba. A recipe that makes multiple of something.
Multiple of what? Two.
Just any item.
Copper wire makes two.
Yeah.
One copper plate.
You would use the recipe combinator to see that it makes two, and then divide however many you were wanting to make make up to your surplus or your supply that you wanted, and then just divide it by two. But then if you've got it smart switching, then it'll switch between whatever you need and make sure that you're not making like twice the amount. Titanium ball bearings is probably the best one to have a look at. So say I want to have a supply of 1,000 titanium bearing balls. Instead of doing 1,000 crafts of it, I will do 1,000 divided by 12 crafts of it.
Okay.
But then I want to switch to... I want that same factory to smart switch to making titanium bearings instead of the bearing balls. So instead of being divided by 16, the recipe combinator will tell me that that makes 2 titanium bearings. So it'll divide it by 2 as opposed to the 16. It's good. That is helpful. That is helpful. Even if you don't see it just now.
Okay, so if I wire in a chest that has crystals in it into the recipe combinator, and I tell it to find recipes, it's finding. Apparently, is there only one recipe that makes cyan geodes, and that's this rubite, or is that the top of the list?
To make cyan geodes, yeah, I think. To make cyan geodes, I think it's only rubite sorting. Maybe I'm wrong.
No, there's another one. There's crystal slurry. How come it's...
of course, yeah.
Oh, wait, no. That's the ingredient. It is product of rubite hydrorefining. So it's found this. Now, if I do any other entity, is it going to give me more than one output recipe? Oh, yes. Wow. Okay, so we have 4 signals. Interesting. How come when I wired up this... Oh, it was probably connecting to that thing. Okay, so if I do this... Should I get multiple outputs? No. I'm trying... I don't want to do the thing where you have a bank of combinators to find the different recipes. I want a single, like, nice little recipe combinator setup that will look at the crystal and say, what is the recipe to crush crystal, and then send that recipe into the crusher. There's got to be a way to do it. Because I've seen people build...
to crush crystal?
Right, I want to throw down an ore crusher.
Okay.
And I just want it to dynamically switch between the different things that it can crush and crush this crap.
Okay. Well, the only crystal that really should be in there is the cyan one. Like all the rest of those were ones that were just like in my pocket or something.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, that makes it a whole lot simpler. But still, I've seen people on Reddit post these recipe combinator setups that will like build an entire base with one assembly machine. So there's got to be a way.
I had one on my previous single player campaign.
Yeah, we've been playing.
Bob's one.
We've been playing this for a long time. I remember when we first started this campaign, you had never used it before, and we did this right over here. Remember where we were doing this thing?
It was Factorissimo that I'd never used it before.
Oh, okay. Well, we've used these, but I feel like we've just barely scratched the surface of what we can do with them.
A re-Factorissimo, rather. Yeah, I had a smart factory that would just keep my base supplied and like everything that I wanted.
Yeah, that was when you played with AI, programmable vehicles.
Nope. Well, it was around the same time, yeah, but it wasn't.
Yeah, it was Factorissimo, the one where you didn't play inside factory buildings at all.
Oh yeah, well of course, yeah.
Okay, so assuming that there were multiple things in here, what would I do with the recipe combinator to actually make it find the crushing crystal recipe?
So
it's set to find recipes. I've wired in the warehouse. It should find recipes that can be used, right? No? How do I find cyan geode processing as my output recipe? Read ingredients. Read products. No.
So you want that to make it... find recipes, but obviously it's grabbing... I'm confused. Is it because that's taken the... No, it should be taking the cyan geode one. So it's finding the recipe which would make cyan geodes.
Yeah, so how do we find the one after that? I want to find the crush the cyan geode recipe now.
What do you get when you crush cyan geodes?
I just set one up above it temporarily to just keep this line moving.
Ah, right, okay. I think you're going to need to do a combinator and input it manually.
No. I want dynamic. I mean, this is a bad example to use it on because there's only going to be the one recipe we find, but like, there's got to be a way. There's got to be a way to just say, hey, there's stuff in this chest. Output the recipes to process this stuff. All of them.
I think the issue is there's that many fucking recipes. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but that's the whole purpose of a recipe combinator, at least in my mind. What's the time multiplier do on a recipe combinator? Time multiplier 10. How often it looks for them or something?
I've no idea.
And how did you build a factory with it? How did you do that in the other campaign if you have no idea what this thing does?
Well, I was going from the product, not the ingredient. I wasn't like grabbing an ingredient and being like, I want to do something with this. I was like, I want X number of products.
Hmm. All right, well, it's a project for another day, I guess. Whatever.
Yeah, I literally have no idea. Yeah, the only thing I can think of is making a combinator that says, if it's got this, then output the recipe. But other than that, no fucking clue. Alright, but that is unfortunately all we've got time for. I feel like we've done nothing this episode.
Not really.
Just looked at that shite. I'm gonna go and get some sapphirite next episode.
This doesn't seem right. There's no calcium chloride. How is there no calcium chloride?
Calcium chloride should be getting made down here.
Isn't that near where we were working on earlier and messing with stone and the 3 filter inserters?
Yeah.
So far away. And what on earth do you do with all the sodium hydroxide? I hate this stuff. Too much of it.
Oh,
This
yeah.
is
Got 94k of it. We are using it. Just not much.
Alright, so the place we're making the calcium chloride goes into this warehouse, which is a regular warehouse, not a provider warehouse.
Just pull some out into a provider chest.
But then they'll just get requested back into the requester chest that's right next to it that pulls them in.
Yeah, only up until 800 then, and then that's set to only pull 200 into the warehouse. So
What if we just make this warehouse a passive provider? This for a passive provider, a robot would come and put some into the chest. The chest would not insert until it's less than 200. But then, if they ever got low, then the robots would kind of like endlessly ferry them back and forth.
Yep.
Sounds fine to me. Or, no, that's a bad idea. Alright, fine. Okay. Well, we're gonna have to take a break here, right? I think this is actually my intro and therefore my outro, but I stole your outro last episode, so...
Rude.
I'll do this one too, haha. Alright, thanks for watching, everyone. We'll be back in the next one. See you in a bit.
Bye-bye.